Hi everybody, we're glad you're watching today. Lantern is doing a series called A Recipe to Live for Jesus, and today's lesson is following Christ's teachings. I thought of 3 ingredients in a recipe to follow Christ's teachings. The first ingredient is you have to listen to Jesus. You got to hear what he's telling you. The second ingredient is you have to make a choice to follow Jesus. Don't follow the crowd in doing wrong. The third ingredient is follow Christ's teachings because you love Jesus and you want to follow him, not because somebody's making you. The first ingredient, listen to Jesus. There's a Bible story about hearing Jesus and following his teachings. Jesus tells a story in Matthew chapter 7. If you hear me and do what I say, you're going to be like a smart carpenter that builds his house on a good foundation and bad weather comes and the house holds up just fine. But if you don't hear me, if you don't listen to me, and you don't do what I say, you're like a dumb carpenter that builds a house with a bad foundation, and bad weather comes and the house falls down. The second ingredient, don't follow the crowd in wrongdoing. That's an old advice. It goes all the way back to the Old Testament in Exodus 23. Exodus 23:2 says, do not follow the crowd in doing wrong. For young people, this is going to be the hardest part of following Jesus. Actually, for old people, it's the hardest part also. You're going to want to follow your friends. That can be good, that can be bad. Your friends will get you in trouble sometimes. You're going to have to choose, sometimes you're going to have to choose following Jesus instead of following your friends. The third ingredient is follow Jesus because you love Jesus and you want to follow him, because you want to. In Mark chapter 10, there's a very successful young man. And he asked Jesus, what must I do to receive eternal life? And Jesus tells him, you got to obey the commandments. This young man had been a pretty good guy. And he says, I've kept the commandments. Jesus tells him, one more thing you got to do. You got to give up all your stuff. Young man couldn't do that. He walked away. Kind of sad. And at first this seems kind of mean of Jesus, but the young man didn't really want to follow Jesus. The young man loved himself and he loved his stuff. And he was following Jesus for himself, not because he loved Jesus. We have a lot of talented young kids in our youth group. And you're going to grow up and someday you're going to be successful young people. And you will be in this young man's place. And I'm pretty confident that you're going to listen to Jesus, that you're going to follow his directions and not follow the crowd. And I'm pretty sure you're going to follow him because you love him and because you want to follow him. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye now.